morning, Mr. Cat. How's it going, Cisco? Woo. Hey, folks. Glad y'all could be with us. Woo, it's been a whirlwind morning so far. It's not even 11 o'clock. Jalen's already loaded a kiln and got it firing. I mixed up a glaze bucket, 5-gallon bucket of glaze for the pottery. I was doing that for two reasons. One, we were out of that particular glaze and needed it for our pots. And two, I've been teaching a high school student to get them enough credits to graduate. So that was one of their elective classes, was pottery. So this is basically her last day. She'll be back for one more class. That'll be unloading the kiln and taking a look at her finished product. She's got pots in it that are that she took from straight out of the bag clay. It's been processed. We don't go out and mine our clay here. We buy it in bags. But anyway, and she'll see the finished product, what she spent all these weeks going to class and doing. Whew. And then I've got an eye appointment to get my glasses adjusted and fixed. My eyesight, I'm old, but I've been wearing glasses since I was a kid. Thought we might sit and tell a story or two. I think we had one where Laura and I started hanging out in the Smokies, going up and volunteering and working with the law enforcement rangers. And I told you, I think I gave you one quick bear story, so I think I'll cover a couple of more. A lot of them are quick, but they took a lot of time because a bear jam in the Smokies stops everything up. I mean, I've seen it shut down the U.S. highway that goes through there, 441 going from Tennessee to North Carolina, and a bear jam will just shut it down. So I'm gonna tell you about one that was up on 441, up on the mountain. We got each evening, one of our duties was at about between 5:30, 6 o'clock. We locked the gate up at the Chimneys picnic area, and nobody was supposed to spend the evening there. You know, they'd had folks try to camp out in the picnic areas and this, that, and the other. So they had put a gate up, and at a certain time, usually somewhere around 6 or 7, we locked the. I was just waving. Laura's down in the lower end. She's taking the puppies out for a little run in the backyard. So anyway, Laura and I got the call that, went by the campground to lock the gate up. And as was our usual, we were making a tour around the picnic area to make sure that nobody had left a lot of scraps out or something to attract the bears and the other critters in the area, but especially the bears. We didn't want bears to. And they always do. They come to the campgrounds. Yogi is not the only bear that loves picnic baskets. Those that really live in the forest do too. So anyway, we're making our rounds, easing through the picnic area, and we look up on a rocky area, and there's a bear standing. He's checking it out. He's just waiting for everybody to be gone so he can come down and make his evening rounds around the picnic area. Well, we stopped the patrol car and got out and kind of shooed him off, you know, made a little noise and he run off a bit. We thought, well, for now he's gone. We'll see what happens. So we continued on our round, and we make the loop around the picnic area. It's a good time to take a potty break because they got a real nice restroom there in the picnic area. So we stopped, and it happens to be at the far end of the picnic ground. So we make the loop up to it and then around and then come on back. And we came back, and sure enough, there he sat back up on that rock outcrop again. I got a picture of him. we might be able to include that picture, but he was laying up there. Well, Laura and I got out, and we sat down at the picnic table, and we kind of tried to shoo him off, and he wasn't interested in running this time. But it was the funniest thing. We got a picture of him up on that outcrop. Doggone, this pollen's causing my sinuses to act up as I'm talking. But anyway, he's sitting up there laid out full length with his arms crossed like this. And he looks at us, and in a minute, he lays his head down on top of them paws and sticks his tongue out at us. We actually took a picture of that bear laying up there on that rock with his paws crossed, sticking his tongue out. Well, we sit there for a little bit longer and decided, okay, Mr. Bear, time for you to go. So we chased him off again, a little more noise, hollering, shouting, waving our arms. And he took on off and ambled on up the mountain. Now, I'm sure as soon as we got out of sight and locked that gate and continued on our rounds, I'm sure that he came right back and made his rounds about that picnic area. But we never had any picnickers call on this particular occasion. Sometimes picnickers will be around there, and the smells of them cooking go through those mountains, and those bears can smell it miles away. And that's what they do. Bears spend their whole life either having babies and propagating like they're supposed to do, the species, and the rest of the time they're hunting food. You know, they can't go down to the grocery store like us. And luckily the Smokies have a lot of food. As a rule, we've been there in dry seasons when the berries and nuts didn't make the way they're supposed to. And the critters suffer for it. Now, they're not pinned in by lines, so they don't always stop where the boundaries of the park and say, well, you can't. They don't look up and see a sign that says park boundary and go, okay, we can't go any further than here. Old Bruin will look out and go, I smell food this way, and he's going that way. That's why they end up sometimes in places like wandering through the suburbs in downtown Atlanta or other cities and things. They're hunting food as a rule. So don't get too mad at a bear because he's just trying to survive. If you see him out somewhere, avoid him. Call a game ranger if it's outside the park. Call your local state game ranger. He'll know what to do and who to call. Don't try to approach a bear. He could take real offense. You never know if a sow is walking around and you see her, but you don't see her cub or two that's out there, and you get between her and her cub, you can get hurt. So call for help. If you have no other choice, stand up as big as you can, wave your arms, shout, holler. Don't attack a bear you can't win. The bear's stronger and faster and everything. Don't try to climb a tree, it won't work. Bears can climb better than any human alive. So anyway, let's end that story right here. Glad y'all are with us. Hope you'll come back next week and hear another story. My voice is going. I'm choking to death. So I'll see y'all next week. Have a good day.